We're back, just like that. New coach right in the hot seat on his home turf, no less. Coach John Troxell, Franklin and Marshall, the Diplomats. Coach, welcome back. How you feeling?
Glad to be here. Home game for us. So everybody has to come to us today. So great to be here, though.
It's a pretty special event, as we talk about Centennial Kickoff 12, get everybody together. Coaches kind of like that, get together, maybe shape each other up.
Yeah, and there's a lot of tradition in this conference, so it's great to get all these schools together and talk a little bit about the upcoming season.
Coach, let's look back at last year just for a second. 3-7, 3-6 in this tough conference, but you got 10 guys coming back on defense especially. That's a number that jumps off the page at me.
Yeah, when we talk about our team, when you look at the success in this conference, the teams who have been the most successful, Johns Hopkins, Muhlenberg, or Sinus, I think they built their teams on defense. And that's one of the things that we tried to do here is build ourselves to keep us in every game. And as long as we can go out and play hard and play relentless defense, I think that's going to put us in a great position, to have a chance at the end of every game to win.
Looking at that defense, I remember being on your sidelines quite a bit last year, and Sam Massaro was a guy who couldn't play last year, but was still involved almost in every team huddle. He was still there. Now you got that guy back, right? How's he doing?
He's doing great. I just talked to him the other day. His ankle feels normal. He had back surgery as well a year ago, so his back feels good. So he's as healthy as he's been. He's obviously a two-time all-conference performer. But what he brings to our defense is that leadership. He's not going to let anybody quit, and he's a phenomenal player. And we're excited to have him back to help lead our defense.
Yeah, real gamer.
Yeah.
You see it on his face.
Well, he's special. He's, in my mind, he's one of those guys that is a game changer, and he'll bring the best out of those around him.
Definitely. Let's switch sides of the ball now. John Harrison put up some great numbers over the years here. John Kashik, the same thing. Those guys are gone now. Who are we looking at to step up and fill these holes?
It'll be interesting. I think at quarterback, E.J. Schneider. E.J. played for us a little bit last year. I think we're all excited to see what E.J. can do in this conference. He's a tremendous athlete in terms of mobility and be able to run the ball a little bit. Has a very strong arm. I think his arm strength is stronger than John. What we need to get out of E.J. is we need to get him to limit any mistakes. We're going to talk a lot about not turning the ball over as an offense because we have a good defense. If we don't put them in a bad situation, it's going to help our team out tremendously. So EJ's a great leader. We have a couple freshmen that will come in and compete with him. But we're looking forward to seeing what he can do. And then in the backfield, last year we had a freshman, Lamont Jackson. Lamont played a bunch for us. Obviously we missed John Kashak for about 4 games, and Lamont carried the load. So we're excited to see what he's going to do. And behind him we have 4 other guys that are ready to compete that are young guys. Frank Strumolo, Dom Hezekiah, and Scott LaValva. And those 3 guys know coming in they have a chance to get carries, as long as they can go out and produce. So we have some talent there. So it's going to be an interesting battle.
And he's usually a pretty entertaining offense to watch. Now I got to talk about your receivers, Tim Muller and Jordan Zachary. Zachary, a guy I used to watch in high school quite a bit. And so when he landed here, I got pretty excited. I thought, that's a guy I know is an athletic guy and already producing for you guys, 44 passes a year ago. Serious receiving threats for you guys.
Yeah, we think we have one of the better groups in the conference, and a guy who came on real strong at the end, Paul McGann, did an outstanding job. So we think we have 3 kids that can compete with anybody at this level. So we're going to count a lot on them. Not only will they be a factor in our offense, but I think all 3 of those guys will be a factor in our special teams as well.
Lots of speed.
They have great speed, great athleticism, and what I can say about all the guys we're talking about, they're incredibly hard workers, which if you work hard at this level, you're going to have success, and they do that.
It seems like last year was kind of not what we were expecting from those of us who follow this league just a little bit. I didn't expect you guys to finish the way you did, maybe just a slight speed bump. Because when you talk about the talent you have now and the speed you have, kind of expect yourselves to be right back in the mix at the top of this league again this year?
Yeah, that's the goal. We had a great offseason. I think team chemistry is something that has really taken a step forward. And I think the kids have the eye of the tiger again. I think they were humbled by what happened, and they know how hard they have to work to get back to the top, and I think they did that.
And as long as we're on your home turf here, it's kind of a culture of winning around here. Success in the other programs is kind of it's just kind of in the water around here.
Yeah, I think anytime we step on the field in anything at F&M, there's an expectation of winning. Whether it's in the classroom and getting A's, or whether it's on the fields, there's a high level of expectation here at Franklin and Marshall.
Let's get back to the defense. Jump around a little bit. C.T. Marsh, Kenny Provost, second-team conference performers last year. Does that kind of just spur them that much more, have a little bit more confidence getting into camp?
I think so. You know, CT's close to setting the Centennial Conference record for sacks in a career.
Wow.
So he's done a great job for us. We're glad he's coming back for his 5th year. Kenny Provost, I think, is a tremendous football player. You know, but when you talk about our front seven just in general, it's by far the best front seven that we've put on the field. You know, John Gandolfo and Jordan Studevin, along with those two guys up front. And then when you look at our linebacking core, we're probably as deep as we've been at linebacker with Mike Shin, who started last year, and then Massaro coming back. And then Brendan Wangerter had a great year. There's Nick Barbieri and Ryan Young and Troy Harrison. So we have a lot of depth up front, which is something that we've lacked in the past. If we had someone get hurt, we didn't necessarily have a guy to step in. Now we think we have a pretty good core of guys that can go in the game and rotate and keep us fresh.
This conference, the history is almost second to none anywhere. It hangs with anybody else in the country at any division. Is that something that you sell to an F&M player? Do you say you're going to come play at a place with serious history, with real rivalries? And do the guys have any trouble buying into that history and rivalries that exist here?
No, I don't think so. I mean, there's a lot of history. You know, we're talking right now, our staff. I mean, this is the 125th season of Franklin and Marshall football, which is incredible. But you know, we're talking to our kids. This is going to be Team 125, and they know that there's a great tradition here. Our alumni care. There's people that are following them all over the country and are rooting for them, and so they have a lot to live up to, and they know that, and I think that's why they work so hard.
Mm-hmm. How about the rest of this conference? Kind of handicap the field for us a little bit. Who do you like at the top? I won't make you pick yourself. Excluding yourself, who's the teams to beat around here?
Yeah, I mean, I think you have to go with the teams that have proved it year in and year out, and that starts with Johns Hopkins, and Ursinus College, and Muhlenberg, and Gettysburg. You know, I think there's a lot of parity in the conference, you know, and I think anybody, any day can beat anybody, you know, but, you know, when you talk about those teams, obviously you have to pick them just because they've been there before.
How much does this time of year kind of maybe get your blood pumping? Just driving in today, I saw the goalposts up on the practice field already. As a coach, you know, is this, you know, better than Christmas? What's going on?
Absolutely, can't wait. A lot of excitement. You know, I think we all just want to get going, but you know, the day that the kids walk in, the excitement that surrounds the program, you know, just trying to get ready for camp, and you know, it's hard to even explain. Just, you know, it's like being a kid again. And it's Christmas morning for all the coaches here.
Sell us on your team. What do we need to be talking about? What do I not know about when we're looking at your squad this year? Things to be aware of.
You know, I think defensively we're going to be pretty good. I think looking at it offensively, you know, we're going to have to, again, control the ball, not turn it over. And I think probably the biggest thing we're going to focus on is trying to win some games in the kick game. You know, I think when you look at trying to drive the ball 80 yards on a good defense, it's tough to do. So we're going to have some great special teams. They're going to have to make some big plays and play with a lot of relentless football out there and play at a high speed.
Kicking rolls set to go, everything in order there?
Yeah, we got everybody back from a year ago. Devin Hunter and E.J. Schneider both punted for us a year ago, so we'll create some problems with having both of those guys. All of our returners are back, and Chris DiStefano did our kicking, and he's back along with Chris Bennett. So we're real excited.
Got to have thoughts then of getting this program back to the postseason this year.
Absolutely. I mean, like I said, there's a high level of expectation here. Our kids have that level of expectation. Our staff has it. You know, and I think we've put ourselves in position where, you know, if we do the right things on Saturday and the ball bounces our way a little bit, we're going to be right there at the end.
Almost done. We're almost running out of time. Anything you guys are doing special for this 125th anniversary? I mean, around F&M, 125 isn't much, actually. Hate to break it to you.
Exactly. No, you know what? I mean, you know, we're just doing the same thing that we've been doing, and we'll keep going forward. You know, we got some new uniforms. You know, obviously Larry Shattuck gave a $5 million gift toward a new stadium. So this program's moving forward in terms of facilities and tradition and keeping us up at the top.
Beautiful. Thank you, Coach Troxell, for being here.